about 8 hours driving, and then that took us to a river, which was a tributary of the Amazon River. And we got in there and we went down for 8 hours. I sat in this little tiny boat in a river full of piranhas, going down and down, and then eventually we arrived at this little tiny tribal village. And there are people who are indigenous to the Amazon, that means they're native. And they lived in isolation and had not been contacted by outside people until the 1990s. And so they welcomed us into it. They knew we were coming, so we came. And we had to bring our own hammocks. And so they gave us a spot, and we were able to put up our hammocks. And we spent the night there. We brought food with us and fresh water for them, and they let us take a lot of pictures. We asked first, and they had never seen I had an iPhone, and I asked if they could take pictures, and they were really generous, and they were like, yes, take pictures of us, and then they would ask if they could see them. So they learned how to use an iPhone really quickly, and they had my phone, and they would all gather around it and look through the pictures that I had taken. And at one point, they went just a little too far, and they got into my own personal pictures, and they saw a video of my twins when they were little babies making animal sounds. So it was me saying to them, like, what does a cow say? And my little babies would say, and that sort of thing. And the kids in this village loved that. And so they got everybody in the village. One person held up my phone like this, and there was a huge group of people all staring at my phone, and they watched that video over and over and over again. I wish I could have taken a picture of it, but they had my phone. But while I was there, what they kept impressing upon me was, if I get sick, I am nowhere near any kind of medical help. So they said, don't get sick. And the biggest thing that makes people get sick in the Amazon is they get dehydrated. So I drank a ton of water, as much water as I could. And then nighttime came, and I got in my hammock, and I'm lying there. Guess what happens? What? I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, real bad. I had been drinking water and water and water, and let me tell you, when you're in the rainforest at night, that thing comes alive, and you hear all sorts of things that you do not want to mess with. So I'm lying there, and I'm like, if I get out, I might come across jaguars, poisonous snakes, spiders. I don't know what's out there, and I would rather wait until it's daylight and I can see everything. So I'm lying there. And have you guys ever experienced where you're lying in bed and you really have to go to the bathroom? You try to find it out thinking you're going to fall asleep.
Friends, listen.
So finally I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I really have to go. So I get my flashlight and I point it on there to make sure there's not any snakes or anything. And I slip out of my hammock and I go, and my coworker is right there. And so I'm like, well, I don't want to pee in front of my coworker. So I went and I found a tree, and I went behind the tree. So I go to the bathroom and doing my business, and that tree must have heard me, because the tree just came alive. And there was something in it, and it was shrieking, going, and the whole thing started shaking, and it scared daylights out of me. I probably jumped half a mile up, and so then I'm still going to the bathroom, so I'm kind of going like this, trying to get back to my hammock, and then went and ran into my hammock as quickly as possible, because again, I'm trying not to get eaten. So I guess that's my big story, is going to the bathroom when you're out in the middle of nature can be sometimes
hard.
death-defying.
I have a question.